morning, coming to you live on Tuesday, November 13th at 0600 hours and 51 minutes. I titled this, I hope everybody slept well. I hope your mind is made new. I hope you had a great sleep. I hope all the things that you desire for the day manifested to come forward. I hope you progress. I hope you became better than you were yesterday. I hope all the things of yesterday is put in the past, especially if they don't hold no merits, they don't hold no joy, they don't hold no substance, and there's no evidence for your future in it. I hope everything you do is great, is wonderfully made. I hope you decide now to stand. You don't need a New Year's resolution. You don't need your taxes. You don't need no one to pretty much help you. It's great to have it because you're going to get it along the way. And hope you stop allowing people to control you, manipulate you. The one thing I hope we stop doing is allowing social media to continue to divide. I titled this, I digress. I digress. I move away. I die to it, to my race. Because, I don't know, out of my dream, I woke up, I had like a vision of battles. I hate those type of visions because all it is showing me is just what the spirit is just showing me what the world is like literally doing to us. And it's like, why can't the people that it's happening to, why is it so easy for anything to sway these people? Because of a pain, because of a past hurt? What is a separation to a man that he's been hurt? A separation to a woman that she's been hurt? And then we come to the realization we both been hurt. How was one greater? How was one less than the other one? That's where I digress. I died to that because I was like, this no more is making any sense to me. No more. I Googled so much. And I was like, all media is showing me is to hate my mother. I didn't say you women. I said my mother. Listen to that. Everything in our life, from religion to business to organization to everything that we go through in life, and this will sound crazy to me, may not sound crazy to you because you're already in a trance. You're already under the spell. You're already under the assumption, the assumption. You already in the curse. You allowing it to happen. You allow one thing to happen to you and you gave up. Like when I hear stories as, I can understand we all want love. But when I hear story as, I only do this because this and this. That's true. You did that because this and this happened. But what did you do for you? See, nobody get that. Think about this. This is how you know you're in a trance. Somebody walked down the street. You don't know them. They punch you. All of a sudden, how do you start associating that? Think about this. How do you start associating that person to all the things that you heard and seen before? Or just say you never heard and seen it before. How do you? And to me, I'm learning. I'm not going to talk to white people because I have trouble even talking to African Native Descendant men and women. I'm not worried about what they're going to say. This is for my people, my race of people. How do you start associate? Do you start using stigmas and stereotypes and say, hold on, this is an individual person that hurt me. And I'm going to give this individual person blame, not across the whole board. And once we find that negative alignment to feed off of, you know what we start doing? We start finding other people because we start the gospel. See, we start to spell. We start worldwide our problems to other people that may have went through the same things. And then what do you finally get? You start getting groups, crews, and cliques, gangs to team up to under the same pressure that you was under because you didn't realize within yourself you have more power than you think you have. We don't understand. We keep saying we don't women And this is what I hate about when we hear that women feminist stuff. Women had no power. Well, do you realize what you just said caused a million other women's to digest what you said to all the same way, just like men. When you said something about that lady, it digested a million other men to go that certain direction. But we keep saying we don't have no power. And it's literally every article when I looked up I just so like I went Pacific. I didn't just say I picked black women because they still quote unquote say black in America. I said black women deaths, murders. So I said no. So then I Googled black women murders, black women being murdered. I didn't say in America, but since I'm in Google in America, it's going to just show me America. So every article was about how black women are murdered 2.59 compared. And I was like, compare? Okay. Well, I don't know why we need compare, but okay. Then white women. I was like, why does that even matter? Then I was like, okay, I can see that. Then by the male counterpart. So the quote unquote black male is murder them that's the number one rate of black women death. I said, okay. And then they added the trans women, which that so I was like, well, we add and then men that we're classifying, and they've been doing that. So even though when gay marriage became legal, marriage is a contract, became legal in our country, they was already claiming transgender women because they was saying they were women. They could not tell them they're not women because on the paper they were women. So I was like, so they classifying men, that's women. So that's a draw line. So we take away that's still a high rate of women being murdered, African Native Descent women being murdered. I said, okay. And I came to my mind is it's throughout history. I must don't understand history. How to say this? I watch animals. I watch a lot of animals where we get a lot of our information from. I learned as well. I don't know why we use animals compared to a being as we are. I'm a person. I'm a hue based on my skin color. A man. You are a womb woman. A hue womb based on your womanhood. I don't know why we use the animals, but I don't use the animals because I watch this in the animal kingdom, their ecosystem, their economics. Everybody had a role. They always had this. I guess that's why we use this alpha male BS. So what they did was this alpha male always the strong over the thing, over the kingdom. But nobody violates that alpha male, and it has nothing to do with him being weak. Because by their built for animals, well, you got to challenge the alpha male to knock him off the throne. Well, if we're going to use humanism, I don't have to. There's no challenging the alpha male to knock him off the throne. So why are we utilizing alpha and beta male? There is no set challenge. I am not. See, there's a order, a rule, agenda, propaganda I have to fight through. So if I want to challenge Donald Trump, there is no honor. We don't have no honor system. We're not built economically for me to challenge Donald Trump. And he's not just, the alpha male is not just challenged on his finances. I guarantee you sit me in the ring with every politician, I would whoop their ass. Black, white, Asian, Puerto Rican, and Spanish. See, but that's classified as violence. But we like to use the alpha male standard. How are we using the alpha male standard when we don't fight each other? Okay, let's say knowledge. Well, I know Donald Trump is illiterate. I'm not using him as a scapegoat. I'm just using him because he's our president of the United States of America. I know the last president I had a hard time beating this man. And I watched him play basketball. Mr. Barack Hussein Obama. I'm not even talking about the color of his skin. Even George Bush. I can use Bill Clinton. I would have had a hard time beating them. But you telling me right now there's a president I can beat? You telling me he became our alpha male, our president, a dominant executive order. He can write out information and we can challenge it. And the parties come together that keep the order and balance. But we are tricked to say one is worse than the other and both been around at the same time. So what's happening with the economy is always happening with the economy. So the economy never helped me. It never helped me. So why is I'm so strong up on so much of I need this to work? This gotta work. This helping me. No, that never helped me. Excuse me. So you telling me I challenge the alpha male, which there is no platform for me to challenge the alpha male on my physical, mental, emotional, and financial and spiritual level. I cannot challenge the alpha male. There is no way inside our society we can challenge the alpha male. Since we want to use animal terms. Because we're not animalistic. We are people-based. We are being-based. We are action. So we are here, just like in their animal kingdom, if we are all the same, if we are human beings, if we all are beings on this earth, so when you say you don't see skin color, that means you see equality. So throw away equality because we won't never be equal. You see fairness across the board, and you will see fairness don't matter what. That's not true. That's a bunch of baloney, because what we have done is in the media is took the real understanding of us as a whole, opposed to be helping to come together. We steady make a divide. So the digression keep coming in. They keep preaching black women are not protected. Black women are protected. Okay, hold on. So if quote unquote black women are not, I want to use the word black because that's the word they love to use against us, and we like to use. And I have to say this. When I be seeing a lot of like things on the internet, or even hear women talk in person, I don't know how I can be, maybe because I'm tall and I got these special senses where I can hear people from 80 feet away, or since I'm tall and I'm staying I'm walking by, I can hear things it's an echo goes up, I guess. Everything, yeah, when you talk every day, the sound goes up. I can hear everything. So when I hear the women talk, I have yet to hear a conversation with women saying, wow, I'm married. I met a guy. He's a great man and he protects me. I never hear that. And then I never hear the women say that. But then the concept about then when you finally, it's like, then you ask them like, because no man has ever done that. Hold on, stop and pause. That's BS. I learned what women would do. This is not an attack or bash of women. I don't know why when you say something about women, it's an attack. That's the problem with women. I have done this. It's this lady I follow. And if I show this lady, she bothers me when she talk. But I listen because I know she's not here to spiritually down me. She's not here to mentally down me. She give great examples on both sides, but she's a woman, and her example, why I love follow her, because and it sounds silly to women. She's not emotional. I don't listen to women talk a lot of the times because they're emotional, and all they're going to do, they get like, and if a woman called me emotional, I was like, stop. I am far from emotional when I speak. I am literally asking questions. I'm not mad. That's the way I get. I'll say, I would try my hardest to lower my voice. I would try my hardest to put my demeanor down here. Because when I manipulate you, when I say things, because the manipulation come by her attraction level. What do she seem fit as a man? Right there, that's already showing me you're not really picking men and choosing men based off of their merits. So if we're not basing men off their merits, the more problems you see, it's easier for you to covet those problems. And that's what we're doing. I'm watching women covet another woman's problems. It could never happen to her. But as I tell people, do not manifest will never happen. You know why I never been to jail or prison? Because I I'm never going to go. I'm not going for nobody. I'm not going to sit there and allow somebody to take my little bit of freeness I have on this earth away from me because of their bullshit. If you're a 35-year-old man and you feel a need to do certain things, I'm not going to prison for you. You call me a snitch, a tattletale, you come after me. But I warn you up front. I remember I'm hanging out with another guy, and I'm used to hanging out to one guy, but I'm doing certain things. Like every guy I ain't calling my friend, more of a buddy. He went to high school with me. He knew this guy longer than me, and I looked at him, and then my buddy, and me being me, my buddy said he sold a little drug. I was like, well, I don't know you. I don't know what's in your car. If anything happened, I'm not going. I just looked at him. He's like, what you mean? I was like, whatever you do is your personal life, but I'm not getting in your car. And it's nighttime out here. I don't know you from a can of paint. I just met you kind of like when the light was kind of up, and we finally decided to go out an hour later when the light went down, or I just met you or whatever. You cool, you seem cool, but I'm not falling. And I let guys know that. I let them know from the jump. I hate the word nigga, and that's another thing I see. When I hear a woman call a man a nigga, I digress. I go a different direction. When I hear a woman say she hate men, I'm not talking about in the hurt sense. Because when you start putting everybody in the same category, we start using names and just saying men, I started listening to what she's saying. Because I remember a woman had said this for me. She's like, yes, you are specific about the women. You don't say all women. But she's like, what you do, the women you are with, the women you were with, or the women you were around, you did say no woman want to hear that. And I said, cool, I'm willing to accept that. But she was like, but at least you don't say all women. She's like, I can give you that. It's like if any woman ever met you, if she be able to accept that you don't use all women, because she's like, I can actually feel your hurt, and it's not emotional. You asking. She was like, I'm not going to ask you to do anything I would not do, and that's one of my questions to women. You're asking men so much that you never met to do so much for you. But in your heart of hearts, you already built up a wall. You built up an immune to not want to do. You built up an immune to not reciprocate, to not want to do the things towards those men. So what kind of actions you think he's going to have back towards you? If he say hi, or he shows his care, he opened the door. You don't say thank you. You don't be polite back. How much of protection do you want? How many? So are you willing to be the woman, or do you want to be a woman that receives benefits? And this is what I learned. This is what I'm not going to do with my daughter. I'm not going to tell my daughter she the only apple on the damn tree. There's other apples on the tree. You're not the only apple he's going to see. But the main thing about who you are, you be who you are, regardless of the time. I don't care if you in danger. I don't care if you enjoy. I start from the worst of the worst and the lowest of the worst. I look at it like this. If you steal a paperclip or you're murder, I equalize. I treat those fair. Because no action you do that's bad is ever going to have any positivity towards it. And that's how I thought in my mind. So she right. I'd rather ask women a question and then to assume, or I would rather let's go to as a conglomerate, as a whole, as a circle, as a group, as a race. Why have we yet? How so far are we going to keep building our separation and hatred for one another? How long are we going to do this? And this is what I hate. This is what I hate about what the way life is. I can't see. I have to do that. I have to show it with the light on. It's not like a map or a chart. This is what we do. We separate and divide. By birth and breeding, it's what we are condemned to. Fostered, and we're nurtured and we're breeded. Man and woman, equal with the line down the middle. Man and woman, life and life, givers and helpers. helpers and givers, vice versa. See the equal line with the line down the middle. So in all, see the other lines branching out. But we come back to the center. We come back to the middle. We supposed to be balanced to one another. And then we love the cons. We start taking out what was good for us: love, togetherness, bonding, cleaving. And we took on the bad parts that do not equate to building up a loving family. Love do not build up income or monetary or money. It has nothing to do with what we're doing in this day. So in my life cycle, everything I had towards women, none of that stuff mattered. All I thought was like if we're gonna use, and that's another like confusion. A trans woman, I'm a man. I don't want a penis. Me and the two penises can't make a baby. We cannot create, form, and build. There is no foundation for me to set on. So I'm gonna knock that bullshit out the way as well. Y'all can go ahead with that bullshit. You're not gonna confuse these children. I am angry, but I'm not angry enough to go out there and kill somebody for that. I think that's BS. I know that's BS. We need to stop doing that too as well. They're not women. And vice versa, you're not a man. I hear women talk about I can raise and a woman sat down. She would not speak logical and practical. Well, she trying to sit down. Gay women, studs, lesbians are more of a man than a man. She's like, well, you're taking it literal. I'm gonna take that literal. Show me your penis. Go create a baby with a woman and come back and if we're gonna be literal, because you're not going to get by with me. If you cannot do anything naturally, and you can't even do it spiritually. A woman that has a child has a maternal instinct. There's a balance between a man and woman, the ma and pa, the MA and the FA. Go look that up, of how we are balanced in this world. That's why they call it a matriarch and a patriarch. If you have noticed anything, there's a lot of FA and MAs and a lot of words at the beginning of words. And if you're looking at the male and female, every object in this world has a male and female counterpart. See that equal sign with the line through it? Don't matter what we do, it's going to need that. If there's an outlet, you got to plug it in. Male and female. You got to put it. It's the outlet, the source, the tool. That's why we do this. The male and female always have a hole, and they always have an area to put it in. Don't matter how much you substitute the male and female part, you will not get a male and female ever. Never, ever. Even spiritually. Spiritually, there's always been a balance between a male and a female part. So when we start taking away the female part, guess what happened to the male part? It loses its power. When we start taking away from the male part, and you take away the female, it loses its power. So you have two powers formed together and keep taking away. This the male, this the female. Keep taking away. No longer out the picture. Female, the male. Take it away. No longer out the picture. So together, good morning. Salute you too, sir. All right, man. You have a great day at work and everything. Be safe. Keep your spirits high and your vibrations up, man. Because even at work, man, people, I work in the nursing field. The things I hear about the men and women, what I hate most is watching the women dog the women over the same mess and BS they're in. And then in the nursing world, I was told this before I even came working on my registered nurse. Now I'm a certified nurse. Is watch out, don't say nothing to the women, because we're breeded in life from birth. That's breeded from birth. It's that women is going to be right, don't matter what. That's the wrong notion. So now a woman at 35, that's my age, she's always thinking she's right. And then just don't go into the religion, happy wife, happy life, so it don't matter to the man. So, and I like to get back into how the social media as well is bringing us less and less together. Everything I see, just like I will watch and not being funny, it's only the women that's feeling so hurt. But and I sing this. And I can get women to be personal with me. I may not get women to give me all her. I can't open. I don't got her key to her heart, but I got a key to her mentality for some odd reason. I met women. I'm just gonna use last 4 women I've dated. 3 of them been sexually assaulted. One by a man she don't know. The other 2 by the 2 men she knew. A lot of them was very. All right, man. You too. I know, man. That it's a mother. I'm gonna check out some of your videos as well because I love how you speak. I had watched the last one about the men, or can't recall the title of it because I'm mixing it up with one of my titles that I had, and it wasn't funny, but I was like, man, this brother, it's like he's working. It's another brother, got the last name Williams. Check him out, Derek C. Williams. He speak on resolution and resolve, like but first we got to do is find what is wrong. Define what is wrong. Remember, I used to say that a lot. Just define what's wrong, and we don't define it. But then we say this is wrong. So that's why we have this. That's why I say I'm ready to digress from my race, because we sit up here all day, every day, talking about and nobody define nothing. At least if we had a whole bunch of social medias, this is a start. Because we got to remember, we were 50 years out. According to it was 400 years slavery. At one point, it was 266 laws. There's 266 religions, and there's 266. It was another thing that had. I gotta find that out again, because a lot of information. I gotta start writing more down. I don't write down enough like I used to. I don't write enough down. I got all this paper, not writing nothing down. And you have a great day, Mr. Williams, and hopefully keep your mind straight, man. This world is a mother sucker. But this gentleman too, we gonna have our understandings and times when we might have to go in depth. And that's what he do, and that's what I'm doing. And I feel like that's a great connection to have. I found other sisters, but men work with men, women work with women. And that's another thing I don't see enough of. I found it great. It's not too late. I will lose to live by a church that mentored the young women. But to me, it was sad. The mentor was like a little too late in that sense, because she was mentoring the young women that already had babies. These was babies having babies. We no longer find fault in that. But we just we need a blame. We need a scapegoat. We need to put somebody at fault, whether it's the parent or the young lady or the young girl. How come we all just can't come together like, damn, we all messed up? See, when I get like this, I feel like those words that you want to use should be used, because it's like a time to use it, but not out of anger. It's out of like just the cycle of what we doing over and over is toxic. It's toxic, and we don't even realize the toxicity. Like we need, and let's talk about, I keep going to balance. Your body needs so much alkaline and so much acid. Imagine having too much acid. And as a woman, you know what that you get, or not enough alkaline, you get yeast infections. And I learned this. How is yogurt bad for you? And that's alkaline. So women, please eat yogurt. And you don't like certain things, please eat pineapple. They got you. If you stay away, please stay away from fried food. And there's so many of the women is so unhealthy. So it is unhealthy for when a African Native Descendant woman to get older to not bear babies, because we are unhealthy. It is the men are going to be not as uplifted this day in his spirits to go work, because he's tired. He's filling himself with sludge. We eat fried. We had fish fry. Start baking your fish. If you fry fish, if you fry any food, you're killing all the good in it. I'm not saying don't enjoy some fried fish, some pork chop, something fried. I'm saying don't have it. If you having fish fry every day, how about you have a baked fry or a baked fish and start baking your foods? Because what it do, at least when whatever is needed on the food pours off, and you can just mirror it back in. Just like if you cooking a certain dish and you fry it, it's this little stock left. Pour water in it. Make that your gravy. Pour it back over the meat. That's what you need inside the meat. So as we keep separating each other, we setting each other in a skillet. We frying it. Then we're removing it from the skillet. So we separating each other. And there's a leftover, but we won't pour it back over us. We want to lose that other part. We want to forget, like, damn, it was one man that helped me as a woman. There was one woman that helped me. I look at that. To me, I feel that in my heart. I don't need a whole bunch of women saying I'm handsome. A lot of women don't call me handsome. And I'm noticing that too. No offense. I don't call a lot of Native and African descent women attractive. I mean, unattractive. People say they're facially challenged. But it's some women that don't find attractive, don't matter what. And I think pretty much all of my women is attractive. Pretty much all. If I had a percentage, it's like 1/10%. One like 0.01 of a whatever how you would say 0.01% that I find unattractive. And it's not based on her actual facial beauty. Because facial beauty, no lie to me, I don't know what happened. You ever see the movie Shallow Hal? He started seeing all the women as beautiful. Facial beauty, it started doing that to me. When she was super pretty, for some odd reason, she's not as pretty. She's actually ugly. And most of the time, I find women ugly that have bad attitudes. And we got even to the we even teach, come on, we got to stop this. We're teaching our young women that bad attitude is nothing wrong with a woman that'll cut somebody out because he didn't do a certain thing for her. She'll punch him. I don't know how many. And I'm happy I don't have a car. I'm in shape. Women want to make, I don't have a car, but you, like, no offense, you out of shape. Why you out of shape? I don't know, because you got a car. You have means to get around faster than me. But I'm in shape. I have to walk everywhere, and I choose to do that. I don't enjoy driving. But I say, and there's always one that's not so pretty, making I hate to use the word standard for the women. It's setting it's setting to start in line. It's setting the mark for women that's actually beautiful. A woman that can smile and laugh. Why would you hang out with women unless in long period, if you're not pouring in on her, if you're not able to expound and exalt with this lady, why are you giving her your life force? You allowing her to drain it, and she's pouring negative back into you. That's what I never got. That's why I don't mess with men that cheat. That's why I don't mess with men that abuse women. And women that want to be with men that abuse them. Hold on. And this is about to kill your logic. I don't mess with abusive men. I don't have male abusive friends. I don't have male friends that cheat on women. They're not my friends. They may be my associates. See, and what women fail to realize, just like women, you can have emotional conversations with men. A lot of men don't want emotional conversation. That's why I go the other way. See, I'm the man that you don't want, but that's the man that you want. I go to the left. Left is always supposed to be the dangerous way. Right is supposed to be always the correct way. I'm going to the left because I don't want to deal with him. See, you're going to go to the right because you want to deal with him. So in my logic, I protect you when I say he's dangerous. See, my logic of protection is not physical all the time. It's mental. If you know a man beating you and you stay there for the whooping, how can I protect you when I'm not even near watching you getting whooped? But then you want me to come out of where I am at. Listen to what you're doing. This is the logic. Protect you, bring you back. Now we ain't going to left. Now we're going to move forward because this is part of your life, not mine. And you decide to turn back around He said, I said, my daughter, your father said, my daughter, it is dangerous back there. But I know you don't want that. But I know it's fun. It's enticing. They having parties. See, this way, it's a long walk because you got a lot of road in front of you to separate yourself from what's behind you. It's gonna take a little time to get to what's in front of you. He said, my daughter, it's gonna take a little time to get to what's in front of you. See that man, he don't sit up there. You want this man, you want to receive him? There's no damn way you can love anything back here. There's no damn way. So when you throw away love, because now he gotta have assets and money. He got that. He got that too. But you gotta remember, he's on a long road as well. He's at a mark. He's not waiting for you. He had his mark because now he got a foundation going on. He's creating. No creating and building and forming foundation is going to work overnight. So while he's creating and building and forming, you still worrying about a person back there that's ready to hurt you. But you want me to protect you. You want us to protect you. But but you're not coming his way. Hold on. He dragged you. He even helped you get from out of that building, that area. But somehow, if you had to draw a line, you got 1 foot over here, you got 1 foot over here. How can he help you, women? How can I protect you? I'm not going to go back where I know where the danger is at. That's why I digress. Because no matter what I do, how I say it, you're going to allow this YouTube, social media, you're going to click on all these videos that's meant to hurt your spirit of who you are. But you won't click on one video like this. You won't listen to the 37 minutes of this. You will listen to the 50, 30, an hour and a half, 2 hours. You will soak that up into your spirit. You allow that to drag you down. You allow them to, this is what happened, but it never even happened to you. This never even happened to you. You put yourself in a predicament that I can't break you out of. What I say unto one, I say unto all. It's your choice. It's your path. It's your journey. If that's where you're going to be at in your life, no, I don't. I'm not. I put my hands up. Don't blame me. You don't want to listen to me. You like the guys that he's going to sell you a dream. Chris Brown, I know it can be set up, but anyway, you still love a man that beat a woman. I never beat one woman, never done anything, but we're a common relation. I may have lied a little because if that's going to put me in the same, but it is. Remember that paperclip and that murder is pretty much, if you calculate it over and over, eventually that paperclip. So my little lie is going to calculate. But if you're just going to dock me the same way, I feel that. I take that. But if I'm literally telling you now, don't go that way, and you like to go that way, you enjoy that, you admire that, so be it. Nobody can help a hard-headed ass person. Just like a man. I tell my I better not see you, I'll whoop your butt. They don't do it. And see, the main thing about being a man, when you check a man get checked. And it's not even a disrespect check. It's not even saying I'm an alpha male. I'm not stronger and more powerful for you. He listened because in the same line, he know you get in a tight situation. Okay, I'm here with him. And that's what we are forgetting, women. You're going to get in a tight situation. You're going to follow those other white women. That's not, and Google that. Keep clicking on pictures. I was led to a picture that showed powerful African Native Descendant woman. She was standing tall, chest up, shoulders lean, wasn't muscular, wasn't in the best. She wasn't out of shape, and she wasn't looking like a diesel, like a cut up woman or buff. She wasn't skinny. She wasn't fat. She was like in between. She had her real hair. She was natural. Didn't have on makeup, and is beautiful and sexy. The words that was around her, you can Google and find that picture. And then the white woman picture was like, I'm strong and powerful. And I was like, no. When you compare another race of man, I laugh at you. Because no man had to deal with what I had to deal with. No man, while you loving on a white, Asian, Chinese, and Puerto Rican and Middle Eastern man, you saying that he's better, he support his women. He's doing the same thing to his women. But you like to ignore that. I don't have a beef with you. That's your own battle. That's to me, that's stupidity. I remember I said the thing the woman was saying was stupidity. She said I was being abusive. Why another dude was literally cheating on her and lying to her, but I'm letting her live with me for free. I was being abusive. Okay. So till then, ladies, y'all have a great day. I hope you can take some great information out of what I said, put some logic to it, some practicality, and be like, what am I doing really so wrong? Why is this happening to me? Why is it that I can't overcome things that I watch? Because if you want to take on a bad spirit is going to take you over. If I decide to hang out with guys when I can't put myself into them, I look at how I love people. So if I'm strong and brave, courageous and powerful, so I love my mother, and I cannot meet guys, and one man I had to notice. I was watching something, and it just like the spirit came to my head. It was like, he's treating women like this. His mother allowed him to do these things. I said to say, not his father. His father was there. So don't get that notion your father's not in life. See, his father was on the court that the woman he had was doing a good job with her son when he wasn't around. Because when he was around, the son didn't do what the mother did. The son was still, the mother was covered up. So the father, and this is the thing that nobody talks about, vice versa. I'm just using this for example because it was the woman. She was helping her son still. Her son was having sex with older women. She knew about all of this. The father was in his life with a woman. He thought he had a good woman. He didn't. And no offense to this man, rest her soul. But if you ain't go in this man, and I don't say nothing, that's why I don't hang out with him. Because that will come out of my mouth one day. I was like, your mother allowed you to be a piece of shit. Now you a piece of shit. You don't see the piece of shit because you was left with, I made sure if I have food, everybody can eat, or they got clothes on their back. Cool. Those are great gestures. But your character, your personality, and attitude is a piece of shit. And that's like, I'm looking at him like, and then he'd say things to me like, he's saying them indirectly. He'd be like, well, I know another man shouldn't worry about my problems. And I said, you right. He's like, I'm not talking to you. I was like, yes, you is. I said, you right. I'm not going to talk about your problem. I said, you know what I do? I don't do those things in my life. My mother didn't tell me to be respectable in women, but then allow me to have sex with women that was older than me, or allow women to come in my bedroom, knowing that we was capable of having. My mother didn't allow young women in my room when she couldn't have eyes on me, just like my sister and brother. So why that? Nobody thinks about these mentally psychological mindsets of things that, and I'm going to get off of this. Because this is what we're not doing. We're not actually drawing attention to the wrong. And then now the women, now this is no diss to the women. Now you're getting murdered. Now there is wrong. You didn't see no wrong when I was telling you, don't have sex with that man. Allow that man to call you. Take away access. No offense. But it's going to be offensive because that's what you did. You decided to say, fuck you. I'm going to do the fuck I want. And if it don't work, it don't work. But now your sister did. Now your brother did. It didn't work. But now you all of a sudden want people. This is how I talk to people. You want me to mourn and cry over why is y'all weeping when I already gave you the warning. Shalom.